Okay, so the SynthID Watermark is surprisingly very resistant. So when you create a picture or modify a picture using the Gemini Nano Banana or Imagen models from Google, that watermark will still persist even if you modify the image. So you could try to add filter, rotate the picture, or maybe change the resolution, the aspect ratio. You can also compress the image or turn it into a different format. But those actions don't really matter because the SynthID watermark should be able to pick the pattern or the watermark that exists on the image. So it is something that I think it has a good reason of why Google is putting this system or this watermark on each image that was generated using their models. But at the same time, it can also be somewhat unnecessary. Like, for example, you could have a real photo and then you want to use AI like Gemini to modify the picture. Like in this case, I modify this family photo and I change the dress of one person and one person only. But then because of that action, this whole picture will be labeled as AI generated. And in some cases, it is not really necessary. And sometimes people could accuse you as, publishing an inauthentic picture, or maybe you're being accused for creating something that is not real, even though AI was used for something that is so minuscule on that image. And I think that's at least one good reason to not have the SynthID watermark. But the question is, how do you remove the SynthID watermark from the picture? Well, there are a few options. There are some methods that you could try to remove the digital ID, the SynthID watermark from the picture that was modified or created using the AI image models from Google like Imagen and Nano Banana. So I'll show you those methods in this video. So the first method that you can try is surprisingly by using ChatGPT. Now for this demo, I guess I'm going to use this photo that was modified by Gemini Nano Banana. It was from this real photo, but I just replaced the plate number to, conceal the actual plate number. I think that's actually another good reason to protect the privacy of the individual from the photo. Now, you can use ChatGPT and you can upload the image and then just tell ChatGPT to not do anything about it. So for example, this is the prompt that I'll use. Don't change anything on the picture. Please keep the same aspect ratio. Okay, so that is my prompt. It is very straightforward. And ChatGPT has a very good AI model. In fact, right now when I'm recording this video, the GPT Image 2 model is beating Nano Banana 2 by a large margin. So I think you don't have to worry about the quality of the picture. Now, make sure to enable the image generation and then send the message. So it is as simple as that. And I think ChatGPT is also quite intuitive. It is like using Gemini. So I think most people should be able to start using ChatGPT if they have been using Gemini a lot. Now, the second method that you can try is actually quite similar to ChatGPT, except you can run the model locally on your computer. So the model in question is Flux.2 Klein, and here I'm running it via Stability Matrix. So it is the UI, the interface is Stable Diffusion Web UI. Okay, now I'm not going to explain how you can install this program on your computer, but if you are interested, you can check the full tutorial on this video on my channel, and I will also put the link of this video in the description down below so you can check it out. But basically it is the same as when you are using ChatGPT. You can load the model, which in this case I'm using Flux.2 Klein. It is a very close it's a model that is local. It is also quite lightweight, but also has a quality similar to Gemini and Nano Banana. Now, I'll select image to image, and then I'll just upload that picture. Okay, and for the size, I guess I have to select the size that's matching the aspect ratio of the original photo, or at least comparable. And for the prompt, you don't have to enter anything, and then just click generate and just wait for the result. So again, this is offline, but I have to admit that this is not exactly for everyone, because depending on your hardware, this process or this option could be either impossible or very slow. Now, if that was the case, then I guess you can use the third option or the third method, and that is by using some tools online that were dedicated for solving this very problem. So here I'm going to open a tool. It's called unmarker.it, and basically it is designed to remove the AI watermark on the picture. In fact, it is running on client side, meaning that it is being processed locally on your browser. So it is not sending the photo to some server, so it's just being processed right here on the browser on your computer. And again, the process is the same, just upload the image. Oh, sorry about that. I guess I'm going to drag and drop again. Okay, and then just click unmark it and just wait until it finishes. It is surprisingly very quick. And when you're done, you can click download process JPEG. And I guess let's try the result on Gemini. So to test the SynthID Watermark, you can use the Gemini platform, and just make sure that the tool is actually being enabled. By default, it should be enabled on every Gemini account. Okay, I'm going to upload this photo again. Check for the SynthID Watermark and send the message. Just wait for the result. Okay, so this is the outcome of the picture that was processed by Unmark. And apparently the SynthID watermark was still detected on this image. So one thing to note here is that the tool, the online tool that I tried, they are not exactly 100% consistent, and sometimes they're still showing the pattern, but the pattern that can be detected by SynthID. So another tool that you can use is this one, and I guess I'm going to put those links in the description down below. Just upload the image and then you can clean them right here in the tool. Now, yeah, on this picture, unfortunately, it is still being detected, so you can try the other tool. Now, how about the picture that was created by ChatGPT? Well, I'm going to download it, and I'll do the same on Gemini. Okay, I guess I'll just copy the prompt again to check the existence of the SynthID watermark on that image. Now just wait for the result and make sure that the SynthID tool is being used when analyzing the photo. Okay, based on the SynthID scan, it's unclear if this image was created with Google AI. The analysis suggests it might be original or might contain modifications that are too subtle for the digital watermark to detect. So this is the typical answer from Gemini if it is not able to detect the existence of the SynthID watermark on the picture. Or maybe it's not very clear if the SynthID can pick that pattern anymore. So yeah, ChatGPT is a solid choice if you want to remove the watermark on your photo. And also you can use a local AI model to do the same, and actually have tried this, and yes, it is actually way more consistent than the other tools for some reason. So regardless, I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you are using this technique responsibly to only remove the watermark when it is absolutely needed. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.